Okay, it's been a while. A new video, something I've meaning to do for a while, but obviously in life, lots of things come and get in the way of making new videos. But I hope the people that subscribe to the Edit and Netty videos and the few videos I made after this still stood along because I'm thinking of doing lots of videos, especially like tier list videos, because I think this is a good way for people to reconnect with their childhood, when cartoons were cartoons, when everything was normal in the world, where entertainment was normal and we actually had good stuff on TV, not the garbage we have right now. Don't even get me started. So I'm gonna do a quick tier list of Cartoon Network. Honestly, too many classic cartoons up here, and some absolute garbage. Um, so this was already done. All these shows here are either shows that you know I have no idea about. Um, it's such a shame that like they put out so many cartoons that didn't even move the needle at all. But these are them. I do know this show, Mucha Lucha, but you know, I'll put this here. Like it's at the bottom because it's just a garbage show. The rest, never heard of it. Take and Seek, Apple and Onion, like come on. And who knows? No, nobody knows what that shit is like. And these are just some that I just put at the bottom, and then I'll go up and like put them where they belong. So let's begin. Batman, anything Batman goes in the A catalog. I mean, and it's not like ranked. It's if it's an A, it's an A. It's not like this is better than this. If it's an A, it's an A. Simple. Um, the Baby Bears. Never saw this. I saw the Bear Bears, but I never saw the Baby Bears. Dog Dodgers. Decent show. Not really, good. I think they really milked this Looney Tunes character. Not really my thing. Chop Sucky Tricks. This was a terrible show. Very, very terrible. Not good comedy. The fight scenes were. Ugh. This was a very dark period in Cartoon Network. I think this was when out of Jimmy's Head, and they had a lot of like garbage shows like My Gym Partner is a Monkey. Terrible, terrible time. What a cartoon has to go in the S tier because this laid the foundation of all the classic shows that we got. So that's in the S tier. No argument there. Fury the Jungle, another terrible show, garbage show. Evil Con Connie, very underrated show. Um, Grim and Evil was extremely underrated. I didn't really like how they treated Scar. I feel like they really, you know, wrecked him throughout the whole show, and I don't like when they kind of like pick on a certain character and just like destroy him in the show, like bully him. But overall, it's a good show. Time Squad's a very underrated show, very very underrated show. Um, I suggest people go back and watch it if you've never seen it. I like educational cartoons, not just like cartoons that rot your mind, but like you can actually learn a lot about history with Time Squad. So, highly recommend Time Squad. Unikitty, I mean, it's not terrible. It's kind of like fast paced humor, which I like. Um, so it's not like bad or mediocre. I think it's good, but not like really good. But like it's definitely compared to all the other stuff that they have right now. This is like legendary. It's a decent show. Space Ghost, S tier, or A actually. It's a classic cartoon, one of the ones that kickstart everyone else. I wouldn't put on the S tier because those are for like the Mount Rushmore, the best of the best shows. So that's that. Michael and Og, yeah, you can stay there. Terrible. Almost Naked Animals, garbage. I Am Weasel, good show for sure. Very very funny show. This show and Cow and Chicken were very humorous. The Red Guy. I think the next tier list I'm gonna do is maybe for characters, and the Red Guy is really one of the most underrated, like overlooked characters in Cartoon Network history. Extremely funny guy. Cram Twins. Oh my god, this show, especially the first season. If this show only had 2 seasons, it could be in the S tier. If you love good comedy, if you love like, just dumb shit, back and forth, like really like childish humor, this is the show for you. Like Wayne, Tom Kenny, amazing job. Lucian, the family, the shrimp, Tony, the Swamp family, the girl who was obsessed with Wayne. Very good show. When they improved the animation in like the third or the fourth season, it just went downhill. But before then, this was an amazing. This was an amazing, very very overlooked cartoon, a for sure. Young Justice can stay there. Robot Boy, very boring. Like if you force yourself to like a show, it's not really a good show. Had some decent points. I think G Man, I think his name is Gus or something. He was somewhat funny, but two boring main characters, both of them. Batman, anything Batman just automatically goes in A. Superman, meh. Hi Hi Puffy I'm Yumi. I'm a sucker for a show that has a good theme song, and this show had a very good theme song, so it goes in the A, in the B. It's quite good. And a decent show as well. They're trying to like one of the first crossovers of like Asian like cartoons in terms of like Cartoon Network when they were bringing in like Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z, and I think it was a pretty good success. And you can see how like we have a lot of like Asian influence in our Western media right now. K-pop has really come over, anime has really branched over. So one of the pioneers of that. So you have to give it up for them. Sheep in the Big City is a very underrated cartoon. I feel like it just didn't come out at the right time because when this show came out, it was just at the golden age of like Cartoon Network, where you have like the Ed and Eddie's, Powerpuff Girls, Johnny Bravo's, Dexter's. So it couldn't really compete with those shows. I feel like if it came out in any other era, this show would have carried the Cartoon Network because it was a very good show, very like well produced. I remember they used to like do a freeze frame and the sheep would like go into different scenarios. It didn't really talk a lot, but very very good show, but just wrong timing. Good show. Ben 10. The only Ben 10 I really enjoyed was like the original one. I feel like every other one is just either bad or mediocre, so whatever. Star Wars, just leave that there. Crypto, leave that there. Just the League, leave that there. This is a show I didn't watch, but I heard good things about it, so I'll leave it here as well. But I think this was a good show. Juniper Lee, of course, quite a good show. Good characters, good development, very good show. Not as amazing as the rest, but decent show. Grim and Evil, a speaks for itself really. Steven Universe, era of lots of experimentation in like Cartoon Network, and this really fell flat. I really never saw the appeal in this show at all. Green Lantern, Annoying Orange, both of you can, you know, this is beyond terrible, especially the Annoying Orange. This is one of the worst cartoons that have ever been made in history. Megas XLR, a cult show. This is a cult classic. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you watch it. It's one season, bunch of episodes of an amazing, basically like a rip-off of like Transformers, but very good dialogue, very good animation, very good story, amazing theme song. Chicks dig giant robots. Never forget that. Classic, classic, classic. Dragon Creek, never heard of you. Looks trash. Nope, never heard of you. Two Stupid Dogs. Very underrated, funny show. Yeah, so I'll give it recommend as well. They have some good episodes. I think they even got nominated for like an Emmy or something. This show, if I'm not mistaken. Very good show. Symbiotic Titan. Never saw. Class of 3000. Heard it's decent. I love Andre 3000, but never saw the show, so I'll just leave you there. Atomic Betty was a horrifically bad show. Total drama, terrible. Transformers. Never liked Transformers, but never really saw this. I'll just leave that there. Okay, let's move up a bit. Ninjago. My brother really liked Ninjago, but I think it's like aimed for more of the kids. Not really me. They really come to me, so I just put it as a C, mediocre. Garfield, again, another show that like, if you don't like organically just like something, you like force yourself to watch it and enjoy it, then it's not really good. And I always felt that with Garfield because I always heard it's like so amazing. The cat is so funny. Never really came to me, so mediocre. Over the Garden Wall, never even heard of you, so I just put you there. Uncle Grandpa, I think I need to make a new tier, something that's just should just go back to like the pits of production hell, because this along with The Annoying Orange, neck and neck for one of the worst trash that Cartoon Network has ever put out. Camp Plaza was all one of those shows. Like I think this show also won a bunch of Emmys for some reason. I mean, good concept, but I remember watching that. I think I forced myself to enjoy it, and I don't like doing that. I feel like I just need to like a show. I don't need to force myself to like it. So there you go. Batman, or MIA. Baby Looney Tunes, I saw this, didn't really like it. Totally Spies, decent, but not amazing. Clone Wars, meh. The first S tier for me, in my opinion. This cartoon really laid the benchmark for like toilet humor. Um, very, very underrated, overlooked show. Highly recommended to anyone. Extremely funny. The red guy is a legend. I think this is one of the first shows that didn't really like show the parents, like they hit their heads, and that became a basis for a lot of shows as well. Very good show. Lots of adult jokes in there as well. Just a very, very legendary show. Hey, no questions. Nope, never saw this. So just put it down here. Justice, yeah, this can stay there. Justice League. Jim Parkinson, terrible show. Terrible show. I think they're running out of ideas when they did that. Dragons. I think the movie was good, but I never really saw this show, so I just put it there. Never really saw it. Omniverse, please. Pop Name Scooby Doo was good. It was actually a good show. I actually think this is just as good, if not better, than the original. I think the comedy was more quickened. It's more fast paced, so I enjoyed this. I'll leave it there. I don't know if this is the revamped version of the Powerpuff Girls or if it's the original one. Because if it's the original one, then it goes straight in S. Okay, so there's the original one here. So the revamped one, nah, this was terrible. I think there was even a twerking episode, something like that. So there, you can have that Cartoon Network. That's not for me. What else? Justice League, yeah, that's decent. Something Rex. I remember the show. This is like a spin off of like Ben 10. I think the same people who made Ben 10 made this show as well. Didn't really catch on. Garbage. Sonic, mediocre. And yeah, I guess that's all the good shows. Now let's go to the great shows. Kids Next Door. It's. Uh, this show was so ahead of its time. I really enjoyed this show. I think if it's a personal choice, it will be S because I really enjoyed the show personally. But I feel like the general consensus wasn't that this was like an S level show for some reason, even though I really like the show. But because it's like a personal opinion, I'm gonna put this as an S because this show was so ahead of its time. I love shows that are well produced, and this show was amazingly produced. Had very good storylines. Everything was unique. Yeah, lots of good characters as well. Father, number four, the Australian, British guy, Asian girl, black girl, touched on everyone really. Great show, great show. Also some imaginary friends. It's a good show, but you know some some things were just like you have to force yourself to watch it. I don't like that. This is a very good example of a show that I had to force myself to enjoy. My brother loved this show for some reason. I have no idea why. Right there, S tier, untouchable. Literally broke too many boundaries. Had so many celebrities in the show. Lots of adult jokes. Funny guy just trying to get women, and a lot of things I was saying today were also like put in the show early on. I won't go into that, but I guess if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. But nah, one of the real classics of Cartoon Network, Johnny Bravo, S tier, unquestionable. How did I already put this show down there? Like, go away. Nah, this was terrible. S tier, probably my top five shows on Cartoon Network. As far as production goes, this is probably the best produced. This show, A Kids Next Door, is probably the best produced show in um, on Cartoon Network by far. So many episodes. The episode with the Noir episode where it was like black and white. The narration episode with the dog. And the episode of like the seasons, or the episode where he faced the evil version of himself, the character himself, Samurai Jack. Unbelievable, unbelievable cartoon. Also won a lot of Emmys, and rightfully so. Total Drama Island, yeah, the original, the only good version of the show was the first one. Everything else was just meh. Scooby Doo, never liked it. Always thought it was force fed on us. Bear Bears, it was alright. Not the best, but definitely not the worst. Oh god, how many Scooby Doo things are there, man? Jesus. Yeah, another show that I forced myself to watch. Don't enjoy that. This was alright actually. This version of Ben 10 was good. When he was like a teenager, yeah, that was very good. This was a horrifically bad show. It's a terrible show. I'm never gonna get into it. Terrible show. So was Clarence. Both of them were good. Mm, decent show. The show gets a bad rep for some reason. I don't think it's like horrible, and it has some good episodes, but I don't think it's like amazing. But yeah, I think that's the S tier. The A tier done, and let's see the S tier. Yep. In my opinion, this is the most overrated cartoon of all time. Like it's not a terrible show because you can't like deny the production quality, but it's not like an amazing cartoon. It's literally a lot of the episodes are very similar. Um, okay, he has a magic dog. There's a magic ice kingdom. There's a princess. Like we've seen that so many times. There's nothing really like new, and like the villains just look like disgusting and like demonic, and it's not really a organically amazing show. Like there's some good stuff about the show that I enjoyed, but overall I never really liked the show. It was like it's a show I didn't like, but I could see the quality in it. Just never really enjoyed. Gumball, yeah, not an S tier show, but a good show, very good show for sure. Regular show, yeah, in my top five best Cartoon Network shows. This would be this would have been like maybe my top three, if not for like how it ended when they like went into like space or something. The first like four seasons of the show were like some of the best things Cartoon Network ever put out, unquestionably. Courage as well, classic, no argument there. Yep, the original Ben 10. I'll leave that as an S tier. That was a very good show and one of the best theme songs. Let's be real. The original Teen Titans, good, but not S tier in my opinion. Powerpuff Girls speaks for itself. Dexter's speaks for itself. Billy and Mandy speaks for itself. The greatest Cartoon Network show of all time. Everyone loves this show. Incredible comedy, incredible characters, perfect movie. The only blemish were the seasons where they went to school. I think that was like a low point of the show, but everything else it's perfect. This is in my opinion, the best show the Cartoon Network has ever had, undeniably. So yeah, that is my tier list. I hope you enjoyed. I think I'm gonna do football clubs, football teams, wrestlers, um, maybe some anime, Dragon Ball Z, Cartoon Network characters, maybe some Nickelodeon shows as well. Anything really. And if you see this and you enjoy it, you can leave me a comment. I can do a tier list for something else that you suggest, and yeah, very up for that. But yeah, thank you for your time, and until we see again.